Yes, Becky, the latest development is that we have a previously unscheduled statement from the Prime Minister Theresa May to Parliament at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. While we don't have official confirmation that tomorrow's big Brexit vote has been postponed, that is what everyone is taking this to mean. Sterling has fallen. Why has it fallen? Because the market is taking it as confirmation that Theresa May knew she would lose that vote and lose it big, and that therefore her middle ground Brexit deal is dead. Already her critics have pounced on her. The leader of the opposition Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, saying, quote, "The government has decided Theresa May's Brexit deal is so disastrous that it's taken the desperate step of delaying its own vote at the 11th hour. He went on to say, "We don't have a functioning government." She's also faced criticism from members of her own party. The Brexiteer Jacob Rees-Mogg saying, quote, "The government's incompetent," and going on to say, quote, "I said a fortnight ago she should go. This proves my point." Two options of where we go from here. Either she faces a challenge to her leadership from within her party or outside of her party, or she manages to go back to Brussels and secure further concessions, even though the EU says otherwise, and comes back and poses a new deal to Parliament to vote on at some point in the near future. The fact the pound has hit an 18-month low in the last couple of hours suggests the market is sceptical she'll be able to do the latter. Guys?
Hey, Wilf, what sort of concession would she need from Brussels to appease this group of critics that she's dealing with right now? Because these are people who either don't want to leave the EU or people who want to leave under much tougher terms.
Absolutely right. And the most likely option that people are talking about that might be enough to appease whether it's Brexiteers or Remainers to get the deal through Parliament is to scrap what's known as the backstop. This is the mechanism that would protect the EU from fearing a hard border between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. The EU has said unequivocally in statements this morning that they're not willing to negotiate on that point. So it remains to be seen if she can achieve anything more than something superficial. Given the scale of expectation of her loss on the current deal, it doesn't feel like superficial changes would be enough. So at the moment, we're treading water. We're stuck in no man's land until we hear from Theresa May at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Perhaps she has a statement to suggest she's going to secure something more meaningful. At the moment, the market does not seem to point to that eventuality.
I mean, what would make the EU more willing to negotiate? I mean, I would assume they're looking at this point, you made your bed, now you lie in it.
Yes, that's certainly the tone we've been getting from their statements in recent weeks, including as much as early as this morning. One could have argued that had the deal been defeated in Parliament and then the EU feared a no-deal disorderly Brexit, they may have decided to negotiate. But it's not going to be defeated in Parliament if the vote is delayed. So there's no real change from yesterday, the day before, the week before, when this was all that they were willing to offer. And just on that note as well, that ECJ, the European Court of Justice ruling this morning, made Remain a more realistic possibility than previously if this deal doesn't get through. So the tone from Brussels, net, all things considered today, has been one of, if you don't get this deal through, we're more hopeful of a Remain outcome than we are fearful of a no-deal outcome. So all those things suggest renegotiation is hard at this point. But if Theresa May says at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time she's pulling off the vote, I guess that is her plan that she will take forward.